Hi guys, Nomis here. Welcome back to Northam City for episode number 16. Last time I built this complex of 3 elevated stations combined into one, and today I'll be building a neighborhood around it. So this is a neighborhood called Wellingford in the borough of Oakland. Wellingford is a neighborhood which has changed a lot over the years. It used to be an escape from the big chaotic city, but eventually got densified a lot as the city grew towards it. This started first in the early 1900s with the construction of rows of brownstones, but the buildings grew a lot taller in the middle of the century, as several rail lines passed through here, as you can see. First off, I'm filling out this triangle-shaped block with 3 big and important buildings. It will be the police station for Wellingford, an hotel, as well as a small hospital. For the police station and hotel, I'm actually using some buildings from the Modern Japan content creator pack. I think they work really well as this kind of generic architecture, which was seen as modern in the 1950s in a whole lot of places around the world. Obviously there's a lot of Japanese writing all over the buildings, but I will cover this up with my own signs and text using PO, as well as other details to customize the buildings for my use, but you'll see this in the build footage. I've created a custom logo for the police in Northam City, City of Northam Police Department, which is shortened to NCPD. I've made an asset for this logo, which you can see me use in this build. And I also managed to retexture the NYPD police cars I've been using to have this logo instead, and I replaced the NYPD police cars with these new ones. In the empty spot behind these buildings, I'm creating some parking spaces for vehicles, both for the police and the hospital. For some functionality, I make a small roundabout with the plain pavement roads, and I'm moving the spawn points back here. I imagine the hotel will also get deliveries in the area. Now across the street, I'm building a place which has defined Wellingford for decades. The Wellingford houses is a housing project built out in the 1950s, and it's one of the larger housing projects in the city. Sadly, it is also one of the most crime-ridden places in the city as well. It was built to provide affordable housing, which it did. While many residents are living honest lives, it also attracted a lot of people who resort to crime out of desperation to get by. Criminal gangs run wild around here, and the police have failed to do something about it, and residents complain that not enough is done about it. Several hip-hop artists have emerged from this housing project, and the biggest one right now is the artist called Suno AI. Her family has roots in here back to the 1950s, when the Wellingford houses was built, and she grew up with a single mother and two older brothers in an apartment they inherited from their grandmother. She actually has an album coming out in the near future called Made in Wellingford, and looks to be one of the people growing up here who's made it onto a better life. I'll play some of her songs throughout the rest of this video. For the design of the housing project, it follows the typical towers in the park layout, which you can probably recognize. I'm using plain pavement roads, which functions as paths that service vehicles can use when needed, with a few parking lots near the entrances. And I'll add some sports courts, playgrounds, and plenty of overgrowth and cracks to spice up the aesthetics. It's a pretty rough place, and I want the visuals to reflect that. In this little corner, I'm just detailing up a little scene for a block party, using some dancing people as speakers and some suitable props like bottles and broken glass and stuff like that.
Had to teach myself how to make that toast. I've been grinding since the days of my youth, dodging fake love and I'm speaking the truth. Money in my hand, yeah, I earned my spot. Now I'm queen on the block and I call the shots. Crown on the block, I ain't giving it up. From the grind to the top, I done filled my cup. If you talking that talk, better back it with fact, cause I move with the real and we never look back. Every verse I spit is a war cry loud, for the girls in the back, for the fam in the crowd. We built this from nothing, now the name hold weight. Every gate they close, I just broke that gate. Go around my neck, but my heart still still. I ain't signed no deal just to fake my feel. Respect on my name, better say it with pride. Showing the gold in the flesh, I'm the city's ride or die. Crown on the block, I ain't giving it up. From the grind to the top, I done filled my cup. If you talking that talk, better back it with fact, cause I move with the real and we never look back. Now I'm posted in the spot where I made.
I wanted to give some significance to the entrances, so I create these signs that says Wellingford houses, held up by some old brick pillars.
I don't fear that rain, turn pain into power, blood in the game. You can see it in my eyes, I was born to lead. Shauna goes the name, I'm the realest breed. Crown on the block, I ain't giving it up. From the grind to the top, I done filled my cup. If you talking that talk, better back it with fact, cause I move with the real and we never look back. Still standing, still breathing, still holding my crown. From the top of the city to the roughest town, it's more than a name, it's the life I know. Shauna Gold on the block and I run this show. Enemy.
To expand out more of the neighborhood, I used some more towers nearby the elevated rail line, and then more of the typical wall-to-wall buildings.
Mama at the table trying to stack that plate. Wellingford houses, cracked paint, steel gates. Dreams got bigger than the blocks debate. Seen the deals in the hallway, lights on flicker. Grew up fast cause the nights got quicker. I was just a kid with a pad and pen, writing rhymes about a world I ain't seen back then. From the floor to the floor, I've been knocking that door. Every verse that I spit got the truth in the core. I ain't run from the fight, I just came back for more. Now I'm living my life, they can't take no more. From the floor to the floor, I've been knocking that door. Every verse that I spit.
I mentioned that the brownstones were part of this neighborhood. There are still some blocks of these nice brownstones on this end of the neighborhood. These are not very cheap properties, but because they're in what many consider to be a bad neighborhood, they're one of the cheapest brownstones you can find in the city. They are often occupied by people who grew up in Wellingford and have done well for themselves later. For example, hip-hop artists, but also a bunch of other professions as well. And there's also some upper middle class families moving in here from other parts of the city or outside the city, which can't afford brownstone homes like this in more central parts of Northam.
I just came back for more. Now I'm living my life, they can't take no more. Mama see me now, I'm in gold on stage. Same girl from the projects, just turned the page. I still walk through Wellingford, that my kin. Tell the shorties you can make it if you play to win. Northam taught me pain, taught me pride, taught hustle. Taught me how to move in the rain and the struggle. From the block to the booth, it's the same move.
For this block, I want to design a central high school for the neighborhood. I think this asset has a very nice urban look to it, and opens up for making a schoolyard on one side. It's a little bit of a tight space for a football field, but I try to make it work and just squeeze in what small amount of stands for the audience I can fit in.
Now I'm living my life, they can't take no more. From the tracks to the lights, from the cold to the gold. It's the story of a queen that the streets still hold. Showing a gold on the mic and I'm giving you mine. From the floor to the floor to the top I climb. From the tracks to the lights, from the cold to the gold. It's the story of a queen that the streets still hold. Showing a gold on the mic and I'm giving you mine. From the floor to the floor to the top I climb.
I'm making a quick stop back at Wellingford offices to create a community center for Wellingford. I wanted to do this earlier, but I didn't really have the right asset, so I had to go looking. What I found fitting was this Plattenbau gym asset, which I also use in my European city, and I just make a sign to make it clear what this is.
Knuckles, every fight I fought, every no I heard, every lesson they taught, made me sharper, made me harder, gave me steel in my bones. Now my throne's concrete, built with my own stones. From Wellingford to Northam, my name's in lights. I took wrong turns, still I made them right. Now the grind don't stop even when I win, 'cause the crown...
To fill out some empty space by the station, I put down some small fast food places, a little skate park, some trash and a food truck.
The proof that the dream's still alive, a survivor, a queen with the will to thrive. In the heart of the city, yeah, I stake my claim. Concrete crown, baby, they gon' know my name. Every heartbeat match the bass of the track. Every step forward, I ain't looking back. This my era, my reign, and I'm here to stay. Northam's
I had this awkwardly shaped block, which seemed perfect for a larger skate park and a basketball court. To spice up the neighborhood more, I go around putting up some murals on empty walls which are very visible from the street. So Shauna Gold has an upcoming concert at the Ironworks, which will be her biggest show yet, and I've created this poster to promote the show. You might remember the Ironworks from the episode where I built Brasswood, not that long ago. I go around putting the posters up at walls all around the neighborhood, and I've also put up some on the metro station here by platforms, and of course I put up some off camera over in Brasswood near the concert venue. I'm opening up the block here to create a little fire station, as I felt this was missing from the neighborhood. To create a way for the fire trucks to enter and exit the station, I make a cut in the sidewalk using the plain pavement road, and I stretch it out so it matches the width of the two doors. So the last build of this episode will be a park in this plot of land which I saved for this purpose. It sits right by the blocks of brownstones, which I think makes a lot of sense for the most expensive properties in the neighborhood. To change the look of the parts, I use a trick I saw in a video by Petrico Builds. You should check out if you haven't seen that channel. It's basically removing the ruin effect on the edge by placing a grass network from big parking lots in IMT, and on the part itself I create a filler which I can use to have any decal I want as the part surface. The focal point of the park is a pavilion inside a pedestrian roundabout, which is where all the different paths to all corners of the park meet. And around the park I'll have a corner dedicated to some sports courts, a playground, and all around the park just a bunch of benches and trash cans. Then I'll finish it with some big trees, also making sure to keep some open green spaces in the middle of the park. Anyways, that is it for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it if you made it this far. A like, comment and subscribe would be greatly appreciated and help me in growing the channel. I do also have a Patreon in case you would wish to support me further. Have a great rest of your day and stay tuned for some cinematics.
They roll up slow, lights flashing in my eyes. Said I fit the description, yeah, same old lies. Hands on the hood, cold still on my skin. Asked where I been, like breathing's a sin. I was just trying to get home from the show, but they saw black skin, thought they had to control. Ain't break no law, ain't call